You see the reason that the fat homosexual Latino guy was stand up here, who's the you see on the video. That's how the crime is for social justice among especially those Latinos. Mostly remember I said mostly the problem with Latinos. And then the Caucasian races. That's why you see the bus station. I've been observing them. Last time I got put a knife here on me is because what the bus station worker was involved on. Remember something when to observe and investigate the bus station, the library, for a group of mafia and gang and terrorists and drugs and everything. Maps, racial maps. Using them and they get their own shit. You remember yesterday was or you would to them, they go come money, they come harassing you. They have the junkie member and sexual partner, one love member and criminal. That's how you see it's like they have they do drugs, they smoke like hey, make it know they don't say nothing, do nothing. But they work. That's the reason I say reform. Complete reform by the bus station worker. Everyone who get caught they are fired, have to be fired. And the security and the police still also. Those who get caught involved in those crimes. So the homeless workers also. So once this which we call psychopath, they have those criminal homosexual harassers. Those are the one who was involved in Boston Marathon. In my investigation for Boston Marathon, all the bus station was shut down. Especially this one was shut down since day before. Since from April 2013, April 13, 2013 till April 16, the bus station, train station shut down. When I investigated and asked them why did you guys shut down and how did you guys know there will be a bomb for that day? Or we know. When I asked them how you know, they retaliated and walk away. Okay? My investigation, I have confidence information. They did know. They shut down all the bus train station. So all the train station was shut down. They're gonna be a bomb at the mall. So, okay. So remember, those are confidence information or confirmed information. So that's why everyone I said that need to be fired, they have to be fired, they got to go. We don't need them at those type of job. That's why they have to get a background check, they have a tech job test, and that to make sure those are people will behave and do the job, get it right and do it right. They're not influenced, they don't have any criminal background or terrorist background, gang background or mafia background. They don't involve any crime. But in Boston, that's what's going on in Massachusetts. It's the opposite, completely opposite. So those guys, all I request to be fired, they have to be fired. They have to be fired. And that's the reason a lot of time you will hear me call this Latinos, a lot of those Latinos. And Calajo de Paste, Calajo de Gracia. That's most of the reason. Calajo de Gracia, that's most of the reason. They don't take their own money give to them. As a matter of fact, every time they want someone to give to them, they give them most, they give them a few pennies. That's how they come work. Every time they want someone racially, whatever, to give to them as a social justice, they kept them most of the money and give them a few pennies. So that's no one that they use them, they tolerate them. And what I found, gang mafia mobs don't work like they used to work in the day. They use those junkie criminals. That's one of the ones that when I'm the unemployment told me, watch my back condition. That's something I've been observing in Springfield. They will use those junkie crackhead female at the unemployment, the junkie criminals, LGBT to harassing you, later tell them just doesn't just come back. This is a private business in that state, it's not owned by the state, the government. The owner don't want me back. There's a way for your mouth criminals. So as a social justice. That's why you see he tell him to not talk with me and everything. The shelter working. So these are the comments. You could see what's going on right there. So every day I will prove it to you guys. You will see it, view it yourself. The crisis. That's the reason they don't want me to get their money and get their equipment. So I'm gonna arrest all of them. Because they know they have done things to be arrested themselves. That's why they always get over there, do drug all the time, stink with drugs, do a lot of drinking. And we should I say we dealing with psychomania. Or they are asked to fire, they have to be fired. And I will always have evidence the reason they have to be fired. They try to get a lawyer. Okay, let us know. We got evidence. If the lawyer can beat our evidence, let them. Have no fear, no. They try to get a lawyer. Tell them bring it on. Because everyone I ask to fire have to be fired. And I will always have evidence prove the reason they have to be fired. They have that. They try to take a lawyer, like if they're gonna tell them bring it on. We will always have evidence and everything. And they won't behave, the reason they have to be fired. They got fired. I repeated it. Any one of them who threat to get a lawyer, you can also tell them bring it on. We will have evidence. The reason. You sign a policy, you sign a contract with a policy. What you can do, cannot do. What your job or not. You cannot involve. Why you went to the background check. You give your background check on the drug test. Especially you work in a public place. The government, the state taxpayer. So if you think you can do that, you violated yourself, let us tell them bring it. So those other guys have to be fired. When I request them to be fired, please. Okay? Because they always receive multi-warning. I always give them multi-warning. But they're very ignorant of it. They think they are above the law. They own this country. They could do whatever they want to whoever they want. They are above the government. They are above the federal. They are above president. They are above everyone. They could do whatever they want to whoever they want. That's how they are here in Marshall and Boston especially. They think they own this country. They do whatever they want. They are above the law. The two things. That's how they are. The second.
This is the final boarding car at 9:07 a.m. train to South Station. Now loading on
This is what I request.
Thank you for riding Kingdom Rail.
This is what every day I will be able to prove it to you guys and everything. So like I said, the most problem is this side of the Latino side. The racial Caucasian. After the Latino, when come money, racial anything is always the Asian. After the Latinos, the Asian. When come ratios and money for corruption like that. Dictators who always, after the Latinos, who always the Asian. Then this Caucasian. And they have a lot of junkie crackhead female, junkie guy to use in the street. That's why no wonder when I'm the employment worker in 2019 tell me to wash my back in the street. So they use them, and that's how I found out how mafia work now, how the gang work, terrorist work. So that's every day I will be able to prove it to you guys, every day. And you guys will see it. So whenever you ask to fire one of them, if they make threat to be sued and take a lawyer, let them know, bring it on. Because we have evidence and proof, the reason. And then also, if they go to the court, you will be required for them to see psychiatrists. Get them in the med house, get them psychiatrists. if they do take it to court, because they're gonna lose anyway. And they have to see psychiatrists because you get training for your job. You want a drug test, you want a drug background check. After you do that, you get the job. You can complete. You don't follow what you're supposed to follow. Your training and policy they give you to follow. So in that case, you have psychology problem. The same way those on the street, we know they're crazy, they're on drugs, they lost their brain, they lost their mind. And then you have same behavior like them, you do same thing like them, you tolerate them, you same thing. That means you have some same psychology, you have problem with it. Because you should know better. That's the reason you do get drug test, you do get background check, you should know better. Then they cannot give them those jobs. They cannot give them those type of jobs. There's not a people qualify for those type of jobs. But you behave same way like them, you tolerate them, involve with them, use them. That means you have the same health problem. So in that case, that's not a job for you. As well as it's not a job for them. So that's what the crisis is. So that's always you are a gang, terrorist, gang, mafia family, terrorist family. That's already proved that you're involved in criminal activity and you already went to a background check and pass it. So you pass a background check and drug test and you had a job. So that's proof. You are a terrorist, domestic terrorist, a gang, a mafia, and drug addict, a criminal, and mental health problem. So that's not a job you qualify for. That's not a job. Because those on the street, they not qualify for that. You cannot give them those support. So, and you have the same behavior like them. You use them, you involve with them, you use drugs, you involve them, have sex with them. We know transmission disease, toxic disease. So that means you're not qualified for that job. That position. You're a dangerous person. So that's our idea. That's why you always, mostly you're gonna hold me talk mostly about the Latinos, because they're most problem in everything. And due to psychology problem, they think they own this country, they are above the law. They allow to do whatever they want. It's like the president, the government tell them what to do, not them who tell them. They don't want to make their own law. They do whatever they want. They are above the law. Which I found out some of the Nazi people think like that, psychology. So remember a group of the terrorists is like they own this country, they control this country, they tell government and federal what to do, legislative what to do. They control this country. They make laws, their own laws. They choose who's to be who. They don't want, if they don't accept you to be something, you can't. If they don't want you, they don't accept you. We have the crisis. So this is what's going on. So that's why I would say keep the border closed, please. Keep that problem solved. Keep the border closed. So that's why you will always heard me say ignorance house nego, ignorance house nego. For you gonna they explain to you guys the reason and why, and you guys could see why and the reason. The multi-evidence and proof. So this is, I'm gonna send it to you guys every day. Like I said, you guys really have to be witness. I send it. So remember in the beginning I said to be witness. Those are confidential people. Those are not confidential. I will let you guys see it. Hear it. Anything other confidential, have to by email, by fax, private email or by fax. But those are public, something like that, it's gonna be to be witness. When they make the complaining, whether the Asian, because the most of two ways nation will do something like that. The Asian, the Spanish, which is found in the most troublemaking which is problem and scamming people, rob people, and make choice for yours. The Asian, the Spanish, and I found out in United States in Massachusetts they are the ones who complaining against government and want press charge for hate crime against them, the Latinos and the Asian. But when I investigate it, and you guys see it many times yourself, you it in yourself, we're involved in most issues, most scamming people, stealing everything, and disrespect people what violated other people, what is the Latino and the Asian. Most. Then the Caucasian races. And then they use those are called so-called house Negro, I call house Negro. If you want house Negro, they use them. Here's the same difference. This is something will be, I know there's good Asian, I know there's good Spanish. So that's why I always say, you know you're a good person, you can involve one in the country. Especially in Manchester and Boston. Don't. This is something against mostly those criminal problem, which is Spanish, Asian, and other Caucasian things, still these criminals. So, but the problem will always like that, always like that. So that's why I will make sure that that is what you guys gonna see. What you guys gonna see. And we'll always prove it to you guys. It's not just some talking without evidence without that I don't know what I'm saying. It's not true, it's fact. Or hate crime. Because you know people, when people hate you, they make lies, they accuse you. When they're crazy, in trouble for something they do wrong, they go crazy, so they start lying. So to make sure it's not what's going on. But when the people guilty, they go crazy, they start lying. Make them dumb lie. Or they hit someone, they make him laugh. They hit crime, they make him laugh. So to make sure you guys see none of this. None of it. Here. There's a fact, evidence on their own, from themselves. And since I know they are disturbingly liars, disturbingly dishonest, very disturbingly dishonest, no integrity, so I have to get evidence. And I had to record myself 24/7. It's highly dangerous. Dishonest. So I had to record myself 24/7. I had to record everything 24/7. The crisis. So you're gonna hear even the PUA and employment. Everything I do in the United States always single. All my application, whether tax, whether employment, you all knows that. Everything I do with you guys is always single. No dependent, single. But there's claim, even I told you unemployment, there's claim my name and later I found out I did not love her, I hate her. And you guys all know the law in the United States. You cannot make a payment to someone just because you think the person loves them without the person file whether partnership or file paper say that person to make share payment. We know that's law. You don't do it, that's a fraud. We all know the fraud. We all know it's a felony. We all know it's a crime, felony crime. We all know it's a felony crime. So doesn't matter if you have the right mind, you have common sense, the right mind. So that's why I said they are narcotic, they have to be, when I ask you questions, those to be tried to be fired. Because they are narcotic, they lost their mind. Because they went to drug test, they went to background check. You have no excuse, especially when you're mourning multi-time. Even though I tell them many times. I warned them many times, I don't want you to share anything with anyone because I had no wife, no kids. I never signed any paper. In all my application, always single, no dependent. My tax, always single, no dependent. When I file all my tax, always single, no dependent, no kid. Whatever I do in United States, even I'm filing a court case, single, no dependent. Whatever I do, single, no dependent. Not married yet. You all knows that. But there's something that I didn't love her. Check. I didn't love her. I hurt her because they found out I didn't get cut. These are crazy and lunatic. That's why I call them maniac. They're psychomaniac over here. So especially the LGBT causing a lot of problem. So that's how you always find here. And they use the junkie, the crackhead. Those always causing problem in the back. They have the junkie, the crackhead causing problem. They use them for all those crimes. We show up. So this is, and they're very disrespect and rude. Okay, they're very disrespect and rude, but they want you to respect them too. They want you to respect them. They even say F government, F federal, which we know that's discrimination. That's it. You can do that, say that against government and federal officials. But they will do say that against anyone, wanting them out. But when it comes to them, you would use disrespect. And they have to get claimed as a social justice crisis, sociopath, as a sociopath. So, the crisis in Boston, in Massachusetts, is really a lot of problem with the group mobsters. Criminal mobsters still is causing a lot of problem. So, that's the reason I say whenever I ask to fire someone, I ask to fire that person. That's even the person warning or threatening, warning to be take it to court. Just let them know, bring it on, because we have evidence. We really have evidence. We have right to fight. We have evidence. We have reason to fight. Because we validate the law. Excuse me, you guys know you're not allowed to smoke here, right? You guys know you're not allowed to smoke here, and you're not aged to smoke something like that too. None of you on the age to buy it. Why you guys buy that? Do I have security check those three guys for me here? Security check those three guys for smoking here for me, please. You see the crisis? There's a Spanish, right? They're not an age to buy that cigar, that type of thing. And they smoking here also. See the security over there? And the camera, right? In the camera, so in that case, so like I said, when come the Spanish, you see what's going on, right? That's what I'm telling you, the crisis in Massachusetts and Boston. Okay? The security or Spanish over there. So that's the crisis. That's why I said the Latino have to give back the money they stole, the taxpayer money they stole, for claiming hate crime against Latinos in Massachusetts. They have to give that money back this time. That's what the Asian tried to do too. That's what the Asian tried to do, hate crime against them. So that's why I say no, don't. I was in Massachusetts. When that happened. If I was in Massachusetts, I was in Boston. I didn't know when I was Springfield. If I knew when I was Springfield, I would have put a stop to that and investigate, report it. So that wasn't even in the news. They even give it in the news. If they even give it in the news, I get a news report about it, I will report it. No, that can't be done. Like the same type of the Asian one. Because we can't tolerate those guys causing problems, think the political to lie and dishonest and say that they want to be victim of hate crime. Claiming to be victim of hate crime when they did one causing the problem. They are the troublemaker. So this is everything. I'm gonna send it to you. Like I said, every day you guys gonna see everything. I will make sure that you guys see what's going on. in the medical crop. Okay? Like I said, the main problem is the Latinos, especially those from South America and the Puerto Rican, the Dominican Republic. Then is the Asian, and then the racist Caucasian. Not all Caucasian, but those are racist Nazi group and terrorist group, gang and mobs. Those are the issue. And then later you come from the Middle East and then the African American, so on and so on, and the Asian. So you're gonna see what's going on every day. You guys will be able to see it and prove it to you guys. What's going on? Okay? Thank you.